And this ancestor of yours, the artist, was he responsible for your very, very famous frosted bottles?
Haha. It was it's a crazy story. It's last year we had the 100th anniversary of the frosted bottle, and for us,
just for reference, here we go.
Yeah, it's a little bit fancy,
yeah.
But don't tell that because it's for me it's really it's like my heart.
Right.
It's a part of my heart, and the story is really long. Probably the Montresor satinato. Satinato in Italian means frosted.
Yes, yes.
Is the most iconic product that we have in our portfolio. It's a really long story. It started at the beginning of 19th century. Sorry, 20th century. 1902, 1904. We don't know exactly when. And that my great-grandfather Giacomo, he drew this bottle. At the beginning, and behind the story, there is another secret of the family, but I want to share with you. You don't have any idea. We have a thousand of paper about that. And at the beginning, we think that Giacomo, with this unique shape of the bottle, he tried to do a communion between a normal bottle and the fiasco. The fiasco was a typical bottle for Tuscany wine and Veneto wine. Because if you look, remember a little bit this mix, but we was wrong. In the 70s, we found some letter between my great-grandfather and a lady. And I forget to tell you one thing, that the name of this bottle, this shape is mula. In Italian means nothing. In a dialect in Friuli, in the East region, mula means girl.
Oh.
We never connect that. In the 70s, my aunt found these letters between my great-grandfather and a unknown lady that we understand from what he wrote that was the mistress.
I see.
And yeah, in one of these letters, he wrote, my love, I'm working on a new project that I want to dedicate to you. And below the letter, there is a half bottle draw with this shape.
Yes,
so we imagine that was the curve of the lady. That probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see.
And at the beginning, the bottle was not frosted, was just a regular glass. The frosted arrived in 1921, when at the beginning, my family was one of the first to export the Amarone, that at that time, the name was not Amarone, but was the Recioto Amaro, Recioto bitter, in the United States. And the big problem was that at that time, the wine was not in the box, in the wooden case, was in open cask, metal cask of 16 pack, not 12 or 16. And at the time, the wine was not considering a luxury goods. The luxury goods was the clothes, the cheese from Italy. So when they storage the wine on the boat, normally the wine stay outside. And the shipment between Italy from Genova, that was the docks, Italy, New York docks, was more or less 1 month and a half. You can imagine, Jamie, what is happening in 1 month and a half with the sun of the ocean. A big part of the bottles arrive oxidized or re-fermented. So, so my great-grandfather and my grandfather started in the 1921 to frost it by hand with the plastic gloves and the acid, scratching the bottle, because the idea was to scratch the bottle so the UV ray don't go directly, but they reflect a little bit. So the frosted, the imaging that you have now was a consequence of the idea that they had. So now it's a long story.
You were talking about the exports to the US, but you started exporting to Canada quite early on as well. I think it was 1946 was the first shipment to Canada, and that would be Quebec and Ontario.
Yes, we found a letter.
Right, okay.
Between Montresor and the Régie des Alcools, that at the time the Société des Alcools du Québec, the name was Régions des Alcools, and that the wine is arriving in the dock of Quebec City. The funny story that the letter normally in the 50, in the 40, is normally arrived after the ship.
Oh, right, okay.
Incredible. There is some letter that my grandfather sent that we advised that the ship Liberty is leave the dock of Genova in date ta. And then arrive the letter from the Quebec that Mr. Montresor, we advise that the charge, the ship is arrive, and then arrive another letter. Oh, we received now the letter that is crazy. Was another word. I think that in the 50, the wine producer that they tried to export the Italian product, the Italian philosophy, they was a hero. For me now is easy. I wanna, an example, I wanna go to sell the wine in South America, in Brazil. I just call or send an email to my importer.
Of course.
They fix for me the hotel, the winemaker dinner, everything. I have the credit card to pay everything. If I think about my grandfather, when he arrived the first time on the end of the 50 in Brazil, he arrived with a boat, with a ship, with 2 pallets of different wine that we produced from Valpolicella. He arrived on the dock and that's it. No money, because not exist change. And they start to knock the door, found other Italian that they open osteria, restaurant, pizzeria, and try to sell the wine to make money to pay everything. So it was something that for me, they was a hero, because everything started from poor thing.
So which wines would you be exporting to Canada at that point, back in 1946?
The first wine was the Rustego.
Okay.
And Rustego is a wine that probably is one of the oldest wine in Italy with a private name.
Okay.
At the beginning of the Italian history, the wine was, we have some label here. If one day, Jamie, you visit us, yes. I will show you something that is quite unbelievable. We have all the label that you see, Rosso, red #1, red #2, red #3. It was different type of wine that they describe just with the number.
Yes.
And Rustego was one of the first wine with a private name. Now for us is normal. Now I'm thinking about Sassicaia, Tignanello with the private name. Right. Rustego was we have a memory that we start really at the beginning of the 20th century, and Rustego was a Valpolicella, was a wine made with the Corvina, Rondinella, Molinara, with not dry grapes, so it was a simple Valpolicella, and at the beginning was the flag of the company.
Yeah.
And I think that the Amarone arrived in the
69, I think.
69, correct.
Yes, yes.
69, because we have a couple of years ago, the 50th anniversary of Amarone Montresor in Canada.
You can tell I did my research for this one, right?
Yeah, you did a good job. Yeah.
So
you're trying to steal my job.
No, not at all.